Hello, everyone. This is Denise Dennis D Nice, aka Denny in Virginia, aka The Doors, professional and professional voice actor, aka Abundanicia, multi-billionaire extraordinaire, and this is my daily life. And so, today I'm talking about the emotional roller coaster because I literally, within the past hour, had an emotional breakdown in the positive way. So I'll explain. I have, over the past year, been going through a series of this emotional roller coaster in which one day I'm like super, super, super high. The next day I'm like super, super, super low. And it's because I am a lot closer to God and Jesus and reading the Bible. And so there are things that I've seen that I cannot unseen now. There are things and practices that I can't partake in anymore. There are things that are just being revealed to me left and right. And it's like, in case nobody has told you, when you get closer to God, when your faith gets stronger, you actually get tested more, right? Life doesn't get easier. In fact, it is far more. This is the most difficult my life has been since birth, I would say. This is the most turbulent, like unpredictable times that I have ever been in my entire life in the past over 3 decades of life. And so, in case you didn't know, now you know. For those of you who are freshly into Jesus and the Lord and God and your Father and stuff like that, congratulations. I love you and I hope you enjoy your journey. However, I just want to warn you guys that it's not smooth sailing after you acknowledge Jesus as your Lord and Savior. In fact, I would say the ride gets way bumpier because whereas in the past, you were kind of like, you made the enemy's job easy, right? You were just sinful, right? You were just straight up sinful every day, just of the world, of the culture, just disrespecting God out on nonchalantly. You didn't even know you were disrespecting him. It was so bad. Almost every day you would do stuff that would just disrespect him, and you wouldn't even know it because you were living of the world. You were living of man. You were living of the culture and not of him. But the second you realize that, oh shoot, I can't do that anymore. Oops, sorry. And then, see, he's trying to shut me up. And then you actually start making those life changes. Like, you actually actively start making those life changes, as in you start throwing stuff away. You stop doing things, point blank, period. You're just like, I'm not going to do that anymore. It does not align with my values. It does not align with what I know to be true. You stop agreeing with any and everything, right? You realize that certain things from your past that your parents may have told you about, that you thought they were nagging you about, certain things that you thought was embarrassing. It was embarrassing that they were so outwards with their faith. It was embarrassing to be a Christian back in the day. No, you found out that actually is what was saving you, because you had praying parents, praying grandparents, praying aunts and uncles, and the stuff you were doing was bad at the time. And so when you have all these revelations and stuff like that, now the enemy is awake. And so that's why it becomes a lot harder, because before, he didn't really have to worry about you because you were taking care of your doggone self. You were taking care of yourself. And so he was like, I don't even have to do anything, and they just out here living in sin. So I'm just cool. But the second you actually start putting on that armor, the second you actually get in the word yourself, the second you actually form a real relationship with the Lord, and not just a relationship on the outside, but not inward, that's when it all begins. And so I'm just warning you, it doesn't even start until you acknowledge him as your Lord and Savior. That's when the fight really begins. Oh my word. And so I have been in a fight for the past year. Pretty much since January 1st, I have been in a brawl every day of my life. Not literally, but it has felt like it. Some days I've just been like, I don't even know. I don't know why. I don't know what's happening. I'm done with everything. And then other days I'm like, oh my gosh, I love the Lord so much. And so that's the roller coaster that I'm talking about. There are days where you're going to just be like, just literally thinking about the goodness of the Lord. You're just going to cry. You're going to cry because you're going to be like, why would you want me? After all I did, you gave your life for me. You didn't even know me. You're just going to cry because you're going to be so grateful, so thankful, and so appreciative of everything that he is. And then other days, you're going to be like, why is this happening to me? I'm doing everything right. I'm reading the word. I'm living a godly life. I think about what would Jesus do in every situation now, and I might not be perfect, but I'm a lot better. So why is my life crumbling right now? And your life's not crumbling. You're just being attacked. And you should rejoice. You're supposed to rejoice. That's something I need to remember, is that when you are attacked, you're supposed to rejoice. When they come against you, you are supposed to rejoice, because that usually means you're on the right track. So rejoice, family. We are on the right track in this turbulent trip. We are on the right track. And so that's why today's episode, or today's live, was called a roller coaster, because literally within the past hour I had a very positive emotional breakdown, in which I was just thinking about what I believe the Lord has shown me about my particular area, about my city, and how it's just, there's so much beauty that is about to blossom in the city of Chesapeake. That's where I live, in Virginia. There's so much beauty and so much of a returning to him in this area, that it is going to be so blessed, and I just know it. But I couldn't find the words to explain it, and I just, if you come here, you wouldn't get it, because you'd be seeing what it is on the outside. And if you see it based and judge it purely based upon its outward looks, about how the people treat you, about how the malls are empty, about how the streets are looking, about how the lack of transportation, if you focus on just the straight facts of how things look on paper and stats, you would be like, you're insane. You're actually crazy. I'm leaving. I don't want to be here. But because I know we are about to blossom into something so beautiful and so great and so just wonderful and blessed, because I've seen the miracles happen. I've seen people do a complete 180 in their personality. And it's not even like it's not because it's like I'm not doing anything to bring people to Jesus, in the sense of like, I'm not out here evangelizing and be like, hey, have you heard about the love of Jesus Christ? I'm not out here doing that. But it's like, I've been praying for people. I've been praying over my city. I've been praying over the roads. I've been praying for individuals. I've been praying for the younger generation, those in like middle and high school and college. I've been praying for them hard, because I've seen a lot of them turn very far away from him. And I've been seeing these seemingly minuscule changes. But to me, in my eyesight, they were just like straight up miracles, because like there'd be people where I'm just like, I never thought in a million years they would act the way that they have been acting lately. And I'm just like, wow, that wasn't me. That wasn't them. That was 100% God, 100% Jesus Christ intervening in their life. There was an intercession that happened in their life at some point. Whether they really came to him or not, I don't know. I just know that I have noticed, like, in almost so close to being like a 180 in how certain people have been acting. And so I'm just like, I know that's God. And so I know there are many blessings that are about to come upon the city of Chesapeake where I live. I know that. And so I just broke down, because it's so beautiful. Because just this past Sunday at the church that I visited for the first time, they had a baptism service, and there's so many children that were baptized. And I'm just like, God is doing something special here in Chesapeake. And if you're in Chesapeake, I just implore you, please hold on. Stay here. Don't leave. Don't go to another city. Don't go to another state. Don't go to another country. If you are in the city of Chesapeake in Virginia, I implore you, stay here, because beautiful things are blossoming in the city of Chesapeake, and you don't want to miss this train. My oh my, it is so blessed and so beautiful, and I cannot wait until it happens. But I don't know the time, I don't know the date. I just know that it's coming. I just see lightness, I see brightness, I see beauty, I see wonderful things. And so that's what caused my positive breakdown. And then I start driving, and here comes the enemy, just immediately trying to cancel out my good breakdown. And I haven't had a good breakdown like that in a minute. It was an intensely great breakdown. Loved it. Loved every second of it. Crying, ugly crying. It was so beautiful. The second I start driving, here go the enemy. You know you didn't get anything done today, right? You know nobody cares about the stuff that you do, right? You remember you're broke, right? Do you remember? Oh, let me send her a notification that even though her student loan is in forbearance, it still collects interest. Let me just send that to her. Let's send that her way to remind her of how broke she is. Let's remind her about her debts. Let's remind her about how much debt she has right now in this moment. Let's pick now to send her a notification about how much money she owes so many people. She won't be able to get over it. And she's going to blame God. She's going to turn her back on God. Well, joke's on you, you clown. I didn't turn my back on him, but I did start getting that seed of the enemy trying to combat what a beautiful moment I had just earlier on. And so I'm glad that I stopped, and now I'm going live to recognize that that was definitely an attack by him, because I had such a beautiful just moment of gratitude with God. And then immediately after, he sends me a notification about my forbearance student loans continuously collecting interest, just reminding me of the shackles of debt that I thought I was in. But what he doesn't know is that I'm already freed of that, because I am a lender, not a borrower. And so I am in full belief. When I say I am a multi-billionaire extraordinaire, that is not something that I'm joking about. I genuinely believe I'm going to be a multi-billionaire, and with my siblings, I will be part of a trillionaire, multi-trillion dollar conglomerate of just beautiful, blessed, kingdom building businesses and corporations and buildings and enterprise. And I am so excited for that period of my life. But to get there, I had to lose everything. Everything has been stripped away from me. Everything has been stripped away. Nothing. Negatives. Operating on negatives, hope, faith. I've been humbled. I haven't gotten work. I had to get the only job I have right now, part-time, and it's the most humbling experience I've ever had in my life. Every day I want to quit because it's so humbling, but I cannot, because I know it's just God's discipline and training me up to be able to handle a lot more. And so if I can't handle this period right now, if I can't handle nothing with him, why would he give me something so that I can take it and leave him? You know, it doesn't make any sense. And so that is my not my testimony, but that is my story of today, is that just be aware when you have those beautiful, glorious moments of gratitude with God. Be aware that that is exactly the moment when you are on the enemy's radar, and that's exactly the moment he's going to choose to attack you, whether it be with a person, whether it be through a message on social media. It could be a video on social media, could be someone you're jealous of, it could be a reminder of your past faults, of your past sins, of your past self before you were forgiven. It could be a reminder of your current situation, of what the technical stats look like, what it looks like on the outside, but you know on the inside it's already done, it's already covered, you're already beyond it. You're already built to the person who can survive and thrive in that. And so he's going to attack you so much harder in those moments when you just had so much gratitude for God, because that's when he's like, oh shoot, they're doing something, they're doing the thing, but it was so easy before, now I actually have to work. And so just remember to be aware of the enemy's attacks after these glorious moments of gratitude with God. And so that's just my message to you today. That is all I'm going to tell you about my life. I have a series of things to share with you guys that I did not act upon today, but it's okay. Things might not be going exactly according to my plans, but I know everything is working according to his plans and along his schedule, and it's all working for my good. And so I have something to reveal to you guys in the very near future. I have to type some stuff up, and then I may or may not do a series of lives to kind of explain what I'll be doing for the rest of this month on both this channel and my other stuff. But it's big stuff, and so I hope you guys follow along. I hope you enjoy my daily lives. I enjoy ranting about some stuff, even though sometimes it happens after I cry, but it's okay. It's all part of the journey. I can't wait to look back on these and be like, wow, I was through it on that day. I was done on that day. Or like, wow, I was so thankful on that day. Oh, wow, something really great happened on that day. And so I also encourage you to keep a track of your journey wherever you may be in life, whether you're like super high up here or super low down there. It's all relative. As long as you're on his path for your life, you're doing a-okay. You're doing great. So just keep up the good work. Keep doing that good work. Stay tuned into him. Stay tapped into him. And just keep your eyes on what he tells you to do, and just ignore the world, ignore what the enemy is telling you, ignore what even yourself are telling you. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful, fantastic day. And all I can say is goodbye.